When you activate and do this work on and in yourself, in your root chakra, to raise your Kundalini serpent fire power up through your body to your crown, to be crowned, so that you're sitting on the throne of your purpose, of your power, and of your pussy, you realize your serpent Kundalini snake has hipped you to the game. It's equipped you with some wisdom and some knowledge. And the wisdom that you now have since you've activated and done this work, continue to do this work on it in yourself, is you've got to walk it like you talk it, right? As the activated chosen alchemist, you are called to the forefront. You are called to be seen, to be heard, even to be smelled. You already know what I mean when I say that, right? For those of you who listened to my last episode, one of my last episodes on how your smell can be healing, you already know what I'm talking about, right? You realize you have to walk it like you talk it, because your mission calling you to the forefront means you have to be seen, means you have to be heard. And when you show up publicly, you know that they are watching. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. It is the responsibility of you to be equipped mentally, physically, and emotionally, because once you show up, ain't no going back, B. Ain't no going back, B. They are watching. But let me tell you why. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. And I'm your host and creator of this colony and the many colonies we're building around our globe, hell, around our galaxies. At this point, I am your queen bee, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. Listen, many of you already know what my aliases are. If you don't, I'm about to tell you right now. Yes, I'm known as Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. Queen bee. I'm also known as the Gypsy Empress and Nova. Those of you on this journey of activating in your power and your purpose, you already know what your spiritual names are. It's been given to you a long time ago. And if you don't, then you're on the right path. And I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to the colony. I hope you decide to stay and subscribe. Let's get into this message, y'all. Listen. I'm hearing, if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the lights are on. Right? Yo, I had a dream. I'm just remembering. Why did I just say yo? Why did I just say yo? I've never said yo before. What type of energy was that? Where did that come from? Yo. I'm from the South. We don't say yo, but listen, maybe that's for some of y'all out there. Maybe you're from New York or from Jersey and that's what you be saying. So this is for you. Welcome home. Listen, I'm remembering a dream that I had. This was a couple years ago. And like me, many of you may dream prophecies. Okay. If you're here as an activated chosen alchemist, you have many dreams, epiphanies, visions. This is a part of your power and of your purpose. You're supposed to be using these abilities to fulfill your mission and your purposes, whatever those are. Okay, let's keep going. So I had this dream a couple years ago. I was sitting on the back porch. It was me and my mama. And we do this often, like when we see each other, when I go and visit her or she comes to visit, we take time to ground and be connected and be, just outside, getting fresh air, grounded in nature or something like that. We take our time. And so we're sitting on the back patio, which is something we often do, and in the dream. And it's a daytime, her and I just having girl chat like we normally do. And I see this drone. And it looks like it's about a couple houses down, couple ways down. And I see it and I was like, oh, y'all want to hear somebody say something? Well, I got something to say. So then I started saying whatever it is I was saying in the dream. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember. See, in dreams, my mother is a powerful dream interpreter, by the way. I'm sure I've mentioned that before, but that's one of her gifts that she's activated over the years. She was afraid to face that before. Like many of us, we were afraid to activate our gifts and our powers and our purposes because we were taught that they were wicked or they were evil or they were too much, right? Too seductive, maybe, too alluring, too mystic, too whatever. And so like us, my mom also suppressed these gifts, but now she's come fully into activating as a dream interpreter. And so she helped me to dissect this dream. So I was saying something, I was going off. And what my mom taught me about dreams is, even if you don't remember what you were saying or somebody's name, or if you don't remember what you wrote, you remember the feeling you had when you were doing, saying, or seeing the thing or the person, okay, or a certain place. And so I remember I was feeling, although I don't remember what I was saying to this drone camera thing, I was feeling that I was speaking my mind on some shit, right? I was speaking my mind on something. So maybe it felt really political. It felt social. It felt, revolutionary, so to speak. And so as I was talking, the drone turned and looked and came closer. And as the drone came closer, it got bigger. And so the drone was hovering at the patio deck where me and my mom was sitting. And I was like, yeah, da 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 da. And once the drone got closer and I was able to see it face to face, it looked like a camera on the front. And so that made me feel the emotion that I had behind that that represented some type of media, some type of something in the public eye where people were listening, right? And so I said what I had to say, and then I stopped and I said, and that's all I got to say, and that's it, right? And I thought when I was done, the drone would go away, and it didn't. The drone wanted me to keep talking. It wanted me to keep saying more. It wanted me to keep speaking my mind. And I was like, no, I'm done. That's all I got to say. And so me and my mom tried to go in the house, and the drone got angry. It got angry and started to be a pest. The face of this camera drone thing, it looked like it got mad, like it turned into a mad, angry, big drone bug thing. And so it was pushing through the door, and we was like, ah! We was running through the house, trying to get away from it. I ran in the bathroom, and that drone came through and bust down the door and was commanding more from me. And I was like, this has turned into a beast. This has turned into a monster. And I felt like the only way that I could escape that is if I destroyed the drone or if I gave it what it wanted. And that was it. I don't remember if I gave it what it wanted or if I destroyed it. I remember feeling like I wanted to destroy it. I remember feeling how overwhelming it felt. It felt very overwhelming. Yeah. Spirit is telling me the word overwhelming because that's what it felt like. And so I'm bringing that dream up because if you are who you say you are, a superstar, have no fear. The camera's here and the lights are on. When you show up publicly, again, you're going to be showing up publicly because it's part of your mission and your purpose as an activated alchemist, chosen one, the one who's done this work and continues to do this work on and in yourself. Okay? You know you've been called. You know that you are a vessel for formidable power. You know this. You wouldn't be subscribed here if you did not know this and if it wasn't for you. So many of your missions are to be in the public eye. We've talked about this before. And the responsibility, heavy is the head that wears the crown of the responsibility of an activated one, right? Because when you show up publicly, you have nowhere to hide. Nowhere to hide, baby. Love is calling your name. Something, something, stop, baby. Well, love calls your name, babe. Okay, this isn't about love, but maybe it is. I don't know, for somebody too. Listen, when it shows up in either form, okay, you will not be able to run or hide. Ooh, I'm feeling tingles up my spine. There may be a deeper dive over on Patreon about this when it comes to the lovers portion. The Spirit is giving me a whole other message about that, but I'll save that for members only. When love calls, you won't be able to hide. Oh, for us activated alchemists, we already know that we're choosy lovers. Choosy lovers. And we already know why we are choosy lovers, because we know the power of our pussies. Right? Oh, and when you stand in that type of power and that type of purpose, the people that come for you are otherworldly, and it's sexy as hell, and you won't be able to run or hide. You won't want to, because they're going to hold you down. Oh, let me stop right there. Listen, we're going to save that for the members only portion. Okay, let's get back to it. Listen. When you activate and do this work on and in yourself and you show up publicly, okay, you are responsible for how you show up. You are responsible for walking it like you talk it. Right. And you do show up like that, and you will show up like that because you know it's a part of your mission and your purpose. And a lot of people who listen to this type of information, they think they can just jump out there and do it, and just be it. That's not this type of journey. Okay. That's not this type of path. That the energy of being in a public eye, the responsibility of being in a public eye, takes mental health and emotional intelligence and refinement, spiritual growth, because it isn't for the faint of heart. This is why the activated alchemist chosen ones are called to do it. It ain't just for the average person, right? When I say the average person, I mean that energetically and I mean that spiritually. Okay. When it comes to you on this journey, because your missions are great. Your missions are great. So when you step out there in the public eye, you must be equipped mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And you have been, and you are, because you've been on the Dark Night of the Soul Odyssey. That ain't nothing but training ground. That's how you know you're called for big missions and purposes, when you had to take the Dark Night of the Soul journey. Because many people don't survive that. But you did. And it's proof that you have a bigger mission and a purpose to fulfill. Because being in that type of odyssey, it's straight boot camp. It's straight training ground for you to be prepared for what it is you're called to do. And so when you show up publicly, there's no room to hide. You have to walk it like you talk it. People are going to be expecting you to be an example of what it is that you talk about, right? I remember a couple of ladies that I met, just day to day, just kind of confided in me. One woman I met in one of the natural herb shops that I go to get supplements and stuff like that. And as activated alchemists, people are very drawn to you. If you notice, people will tell you their life story and you're just standing in the Walmart, right? People will tell you their life story and you're just pumping your gas. So people are drawn to you. And this is how you also know that it's part of your mission, your purpose, to be in the public eye where people can hear you, see you, right? Because you existing in your power and in your purpose helps to heal and activate them into theirs. Right. So anyway, this woman in the store, she divulges to me that she was starting a health, she made her own healing tonics. Basically, she grew her own herbs and stuff like that, and she was kind of talking about the specific herb that I was looking at. And I was like, yeah, I think it's a really good herb. Da 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 da. And I said, how do you know this? She told me she was kind of like an herbalist, and I looked at her. And I didn't give her any type of look, but the energy, I'm sure, was there, because she responded with, because I asked her, I said, oh, well, do you sell any of your herbs? Do you, where can I learn more about, because she had a wealth of knowledge. And I was like, where can I learn more, as far as what you teach about herbs? And she's like, I'm going to get my website up. I don't have it up. I've been doing it for years. I've helped a lot of people. And I'm like, well, how come we don't know about you? And she didn't have a website. She didn't have anything. And she also said, yeah, I know I don't really look like what I'm talking about. She said, I know I got to get my weight together. She was significantly overweight, but she had all of this wealth of knowledge. And so Spirit is bringing that up to me to say, again, when you show up publicly, you have a responsibility to be what you talk about, right? To be an example of what it is that you say that you are and that you do, right? Because people will be looking at that. Are you an example of what it is you say that you are and that you do? Because I'm watching. I need to know that this is real, that this can exist for me too. Now, we're not talking about perfection, because to me, perfection includes imperfection, right? You can't grow any type of crops without shit as fertilizer. Hello. You need the yin and the yang. So this isn't about perfection. But it is about being erect and aroused in your power, where people can see it on you and sense it from you before you even open your mouth. Because your energy is an example of what it means to be fully activated in your mission, in your power, and in your purpose, in your pussy. Right? When you activate and do this work on and in yourself, your serpent kundalini energy schools you and hips you to the wisdom that when you show up, they will be watching and they will be listening. People will be, just like celebrities. Do you know how torn apart celebrities, how many words can tear celebrities or have torn celebrities apart? How many things people have picked apart when they step out in public about a celebrity? You are picked apart, right? And so people strive for perfection. But for those of us on this journey, we embrace our so-called imperfections. We embrace our darkness and our shadows. We ain't got shit to hide. We have things to protect. There is a difference. Hello. I can hear y'all saying, that's right. That's right. That's right, Ms. Burgess, right? There's a difference between us protecting something and something just being none of your damn business, right? So we have nothing to hide because we wear our scars and the shit that we have been through like crowns of glory, because they are. So when we show up in our yin and our yang, our angels and our demons, our beauties and our beast. You can get it all, right? So the responsibility of activating your power and your purpose is, are you mentally equipped and emotionally equipped to handle it when people are watching or when people have shit to say? Throat scratchy, itchy. Give me 1 second. When you're channeling, sometimes that can happen with the throat, but right? Are you emotionally and mentally equipped to walk it like you talk it? To be seen as the example of what it is that your power and your purpose represents. For me, just to self-disclose, it's been, habits have been sticking to my workouts, sticking to my, my skin health, skin treatments inside and out, making sure that I stay on those things that activate me internally and externally, getting sunshine. I mean, whatever it is that helps you activate into your power and your purpose, you know that when you show up, people are watching. So these are things that I know I have to consistently incorporate in my life, right? Not like I'm being my own drill sergeant, have to do this, have to do that. No. I enjoy doing this because I know that it adds and activates who and what I am. I know that it adds and activates more of my power, of my purpose, of my beauty, of my magnetism, of my confidence, of my superpowers, of my abilities, of my talents, of my skills, right? So when we do show up, we feel equipped, we feel ready, even with our scars. We feel ready, even with our demons, especially with our scars and our demons, because they help give rise to who and what we are. Hello. When you activate and do this work on and in yourself, they are watching, they are listening, and are you ready? Because there's no hiding. Ain't no going back, B. Ain't no going back. So making sure that you are an example of what it is that you have awakened and activated in you. This is the real deal. Okay, this is prime time, baby. I just heard prime time. I just heard it's showtime and the curtains are being drawn. If you are who you say you are, a superstar, have no fear. I love that part. Have no fear. Because I'm going back to my dream really quick. There was fear. I started to run away from the amount of attention that the camera drone thing was giving me. It wanted more and more and more. I just wanted to say one thing and hide and go away. Those of us on this journey, when you step out into your power and your purpose, fully activating your power and purpose through your pussy, okay, POOS-E, get your merch, okay, click the information in the description box. I got nervous at how big it grew. Because you can't just hide. Once you speak out and show up fully erect in this power, it's so magnetizing to people. It's so attractive it arouses people. It turns them on and they want more. Now, don't get me wrong. You discern when you should be given more because as we know, self-care, having time to ourselves, to meditate, to just be, to connect to nature, make sure you're discerning how to balance that in your life. But when you activate, ain't no going back, ain't no hiding now, baby. The cameras are here, but have no fear. Anyway, have y'all had any dreams, any prophetic dreams about something that's playing out right now, maybe, or already has played out? Share it in the description. Share it in the comments, excuse me. Let other listeners know that they're not alone, that we're not alone on this. What dreams have y'all been having? If this resonates with you, make sure you like, share, subscribe. All right. Don't forget to become a member over on patreon.com/alcheminity. For those of you who are ready to work one-on-one, my one-on-one coaching is available. Email me. The information is in the description box. You can get more information. All right. Don't forget your copy of Activate. That's on Amazon in paperback or ebook. I'll speak to y'all in the next episode. Ciao for now. Mwah. If you are who you say you are, what, a superstar, have no fear, the camera's here.